So know your number.
Jonathan Walker, 2919260. My eyes open. The light is immense. My ears give way to the sound of laughter, and a few bodily adjustments, and I'm staring out over the ocean. As my other two senses awake from their slumber, I smell the hot dogs being cooked a few feet away, and simultaneously my stomach crumbles. The sand under my back becomes increasingly uncomfortable, so I adjust the position of my towel, and I smile. Here I am in Greece, ensconced across a not too shabby deck chair, dick in one hand and cigarette in the other. And I feel I'm entombed inside a perfect world. I gather my things and make my descent down the crowded beach towards my vehicle. I mount my bike and speed down the vaginal highway, Malleus Square. Random beach bums at every turn. A mixture of cocktails and the soft patter of music. I reach back to my hotel late. Hot, cockroach-infested apartment. I eye up last night's spag bar and collapse onto the coffee-stained, breadcrumb sheets. And it's at that point I remember. The 6th of July. It's been about 6 weeks and I haven't called home once. I nip back downstairs and bypass my vehicle and the house the Greeks have spent the best part of 3 years working on. I find an offside dirt road and a phone box. And I search my pockets for one of 2 phone cards. Finding one, I punch in the number of my house. Then the area code. Silence. The woman says something in Greek that I can only presume to be, "You're now being connected." And as I wait, I hop from one foot to the other, taking in my surroundings. No place for a lady. Derelict buildings, dirt roads. A randomly caged dog barks ferociously from the confinements of its cage, illuminating the night silence. And then he answers, "Hello?" It's my father. He picks up. His voice monotone and filled with apathy. You see, the thing about my father is he seldom talks, doesn't quite have to actually say anything, because everything is expressed through movement and facial expressions. Master of body language. Once upon a time, I guess he'd got my mother up the duff with that same smile, and me out. "So what's up," I say, a leading question, sure to break his mould and in any case, open the forum for all kinds of discussion and debate. And he replies, "Not so bad. Well," and it's that well, almost like a but, like a continuation of something. That could have been ended with a positive or some kind of accolade. And suddenly my world becomes very small. Every iota I know and trust and believe is crammed into that phone box with me, hanging on that one word, "well." And I stand there praying, please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. My selfishness resented any misfortune reckoning in my paradise. "Not so good," he replies. "Your grandfather's passed away." And there, he said it, out there, the pitfall of language, of no taking it back. Feels at that moment my spirit drifts outside my shell of a body and watches from a distance for some kind of reaction or emotional reflex. And as the tears begin to fill my eyes like a glass of water, and overspill onto the blank canvas of which is my face, I crouch down there in the ground, and my consciousness overtakes me. And that's where I confess. I knew he was dying, and I still went. I still booked my ticket, still made plans to travel, still didn't call home like I said I would. The mind is now in full throttle, repeatedly plunging that dagger of guilt into my heart. This monumental figurehead that spawned 3 generations of people and I wasn't there. And at that point, all I can muster is, how? I stand there and listen to my dad explain how he died. The conversation now only survives in some kind of weird limbo, a messed up twilight zone where nothing and no one actually exists. The exchange with my father has long since expired and I stand there vulnerable and confused. The caged dog barks. The sound now ripples through the night air like a tidal wave. I remember a poem written by W.H. Jordan. I found in 4 weddings and a funeral. And it was those first few lines that played on my mind like a carousel, never ending. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone. Prevent that dog from barking on the juicy bone, and with silent pianos and muffled drum, bring out the coffins, let the mourners come. I walked back to the apartment on autopilot, my mind not quite in control of my legs, and the endless guilt condensed in just 5 words. I should have been there.